Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started.
Yo! Jump on into it, man. Good morning! We got the backwards hat coming on. We got the rally hat, the rally cap, and everything in between coming on this morning as Bitcoin is doing absolutely nothing again. Are we surprised at this point? Holy moly. Bitcoin's really not doing anything here at 19.4. We got a couple interesting things we can look at in the short-term time frame charts, but I don't want to spend too much time on the short-term time frame charts. I mean, in reality, the short-term time frame, we're just freaking crabbing sideways until we get a resolution out of this range, an actual resolution out of this range, and not just one of these like little Bart Simpsons, whoop, whoop. We want a real resolution out of this range. Let's talk about it, man. Josh Allen will win a Super Bowl. I see you guys talk about football in the pregame lobby, and all I have to say is if I have to take one quarterback right now, I'm still taking Mahomes. Aaron Rodgers sucks in the playoffs, okay? Josh Allen hasn't done anything in the playoffs yet, okay? Lamar Jackson haven't done anything in the playoffs yet. Brady, even though I am a huge Brady fan, he is the absolute GOAT, no doubt. Brady is, at this point, needs a good team around him, I think, to get there. So if I'm taking one guy for a team from scratch to take me all the way, I'm taking Mahomes. And this is coming from a huge Brady stan, okay? Anyways, and anyone else doesn't even qualify, okay? So anyways, let's jump onto the chat. Let's jump onto the chat, man. So 19,369. Here we go. All right, so what do we got for Bitcoin right now? So we got a little bit of a drop this morning, right? We dropped to about 19,150. A lot of people probably panic sold again, probably shorted down here again. As we like to see, and the market makers are having a game with the retail investors right now. They just push it up, they push it down, take the liquidity in both ways, right? They push it to the upside. They take out all, and they basically get people to FOMO in, take out all those longs, push to the downside, get people to FOMO short, take out all the shorts, and vice versa, vice versa, vice versa. At least it's good practice, you know, for everyone to kind of do the opposite of what everyone else is doing, if you know what I'm saying. So now we find Bitcoin at 19,338. All right, so short-term time frames, like I said, guys, not going to spend too much time on these short-term time frames because it is what it is. Boss, can you do a TA while handstand? I can't even do a handstand, bro. Like, do I look like someone who could do a handstand? No. Maybe back in the days, but not anymore. Back in the days, like I talk like I'm old sometimes. Back in my day, soon I'll be like that. Back in my day, you can buy a candy bar for $2. You know, in 10 years, it's going to be like $10 to buy a candy bar. Anyways, so what's Bitcoin doing right now? Well, if we just look at the hourly time frame, guys, we did paint a little bit of an M formation at the top here, right? We got this rise, but we did paint that M formation on the hourly time frame, right? And you guys can see Bitcoin's coming back up right now, right? It's getting a nice vector candle, getting some people buying back in here. What we need to see on this hourly close, which is coming up in 11 minutes, I don't want to see a clear rejection, right? So we basically have the M formation lows coming in right here. You guys can see Bitcoin's finding resistance at that point as we speak. So basically, I mean, just to keep the short-term time frames very, very simple, very, very sweet. We're not going to overcomplicate things. We don't want to complete this M formation, come up, back test, and then get that continuation down. Though, even if we do, if we zoom out just a little bit, you guys can see we have this upward sloping trend line here, right? So basically we got 2 bounces down here, 1, 2. We got a third bounce here. So if Bitcoin does get rejected on this M formation, which right now it looks like it is getting a little rejection there, don't be surprised if it curls back down, comes for that wick right here, and tries to double bottom off this trend line right here. Now, once again, this is all assuming that the stock markets hold up today. It's Friday, right? It's the monthly close. It's the quarterly close. We got all the fun stuff going on today, right? So we could see a lot of volatility today. Would not be surprised at all, right? We got Bitcoin options expiries. We got stocks. We got the monthly close, quarterly close. I think we had some CPI data that came out today. So a lot of stuff going on today that could dictate the charts, but I want to see this trend line hold in the short term. Once again, if this trend line doesn't hold and we don't see that sort of now W formation at the lows here, that brings us back up. If we do end up breaking this level here, right, don't be surprised if we come all the way back down to the lows at 18.6. All right, if this trend line cannot hold. So I'm watching this trend line like a hawk, and you know, to see what it kind of does here on the short terms. Now, one more thing I will say. Yo, Edwin, what's going on, buddy? Hey, yo, always watch you live. BTC to 20,200 and then a dump. Hey, man, I'm still standing by my upwards movement here in sort of the short to medium term. All right, come at me. That seems to be the contrarian play. But, you know, it is what it is. I like being a contrarian sometimes, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, Jelly Bean, you know. But, you know, even if we do drop here, guys, my medium-term time frame stuff, like the 3-day chart, the weekly chart, doesn't change. I still think we see more. I think we see an upwards move on the longer-term time frames before a downwards move. Come at me, and we'll go over that again today, but that's really it. PCE, not CPI. Okay, PCE. I got you. Smell like a 3-day-old fart in here? Keith! Hey, some people like the smell of farts, right? There's people out there that buy fart jars on the reg. You know, like they literally go out of their way online, Google fart jars, and they literally buy them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? Anyways, why am I also looking at this trend line? Well, if we actually take just a quick Fibonacci level, let's go to like the 15-minute time frame real quick. And do one of these. So if we actually take a quick fib from this previous low to this previous high, you guys can see right here, what has been the point where Bitcoin's gotten bounce on the short-term time frames lately? It's been that 0.618 retracement, right? Every single time, it seems like Bitcoin goes either up or down. It always seems to retrace to that 0.618 retracement. And look where Bitcoin retraced to on this previous swing low to previous swing high, all right? As far as, the major moves here. Bitcoin wicks right to that 0.618 retracement and gets a nice bounce. Okay, and it's getting a nice bounce as we speak. Now, it's still below all the moving averages, so don't get all caught up in arms. Wait for the hourly close, all right? But that is a nice move. So wait for one of two things to happen here. If Bitcoin can just smash back above these, freaking awesome, right? Awesome. We're off to the races. But what it could be doing here in the short term is just coming up and taking this 15-minute vector candle right here. You see this 15-minute vector right there? Just come back, come back up, take this 15-minute vector candle just to come back down, right? So would I be surprised if actually Bitcoin did something like this, where it got rejected from this point, came back down to the 618, back tested that trend line, and then created that W pattern to then start to come back up to the upside? No, I think that's a more likely scenario at this point. So if Bitcoin curls down here, don't be surprised, don't be fretting, right? When you fret is when Bitcoin breaks this trend line, okay? I don't even know what fret means, to be honest. Like, I'm just sort of using it and trying to sound smart because that's what people do on YouTube. They try to sound smarter than they are to get subscribers. That's what I do on the reg, clearly. Why am I saying the reg today? That's what I do on the reg. I'd never say that in real life either. Yeah, that's what I do on the reg, man. Does anyone actually say reg? I don't know. Does anyone do it? I don't know. But, if we want to see this pattern continue to play out, which is really just go to this ascending triangle formation at the lows, well, we basically want to see this trend line hold again, which it's held once, twice, 3 times. If it comes back down again, hold it again. We start to come back up, and we just need to break this stupid 19,651 level that we just barely missed liquidating Java last night, right? John said, nope, just you. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. I appreciate you giving me a little bit of a little bit of a pick-me-up, man, and not just calling me weird, even though you just did. But it's okay, John. It's okay. John, I love you, man. John M's awesome, man. We're talking football today. I love it. I can talk football all day, bro. All day. I'm very passionate about really football or basketball. I could talk all day. Anyways, let me take a sip of this. I need to make a sports channel where I can just talk, because that's what I like to do. Nah, bro. Let's see. Anyways, let's go back over here. So that's the hourly time frame. Let's see if Bitcoin can actually close back above this previous low. If it can, awesome. We get the nice 618 retracement. All right, cool. Let's go real quick to... real quick, I want to check on the stock markets. The stock markets are down a little bit to start the day. Actually, the S&P is starting to bounce back up a little bit. NASDAQ down about 0.5%. But as we know, this is the real kicker that we need to watch Bitcoin here, guys. We know it's the monthly close on all this stuff. So are we going to see volatility come in today? Whether it's to the upside or to the downside, that's the key. But we know that a lot of these, a lot of these asset classes and a lot of these indexes are at major support levels, right? We know this, right? The NASDAQ at support, okay? The S&P at support. Right? We can go to the other ones too, but everything still remains the same. Okay? We're breaking below the 200 moving average on some of these, right? NASDAQ already broke, but it broke last time and it was able to get back above. S&P is breaking that 200-week moving average for the first time since March of 2020, basically. If we close this week where it is, which it seems pretty likely at this point, unless we see some massive pump today, which you can't count on anything in this current market, man. But what we'll say is, here's my thesis. Here's my thesis, and we'll keep going. We'll keep going over it. But my thesis still is that the S&P has bullish divergence, right? It has the lower lows on the weekly and the higher lows on the weekly time frame. Okay, so S&P has bullish div right at support. Right, we can go to some of the shorter term time frames too. Right, 3-day chart. bullish div at support. You can really go to any time frame, 3-day and up is going to have this bullish divergence here. NASDAQ, same point, right? NASDAQ, if it closed where it is today, it's going to have right at support, lower lows and higher lows, bullish div right at support, okay? And we know Bitcoin is at a key point, right? Bitcoin, if we go back to Bitcoin, has 3-day bullish divergence right at support. What does everyone want to do? They want to get bearish at support, okay? That's the most common play in this market, is everyone always wants to get bearish at support. The market right now is lulling you to sleep, right? They're making the market go sideways, lulling you to sleep right at support. So people are either one of two things. They're bored out of the market and losing interest, or number two, they're scared because when market goes sideways right on support, people are freaking out. People are depressed. People have no hope. They're not seeing any green candles. Why would they have any hope? It's exactly what they want to make you think, man. All right? So 3-day bullish divergence right at support. Bitcoin also, if we go to the weekly time frame here. Come on. Weekly bullish divergence right at support. Okay? And we haven't talked about this in a little bit, but I actually saw John post this in the Discord today, and we know we were looking at this for months before, but this weekly RSI downtrend that we've been talking about for Bitcoin forever, all of a sudden Bitcoin finds itself pretty much right at this thing, okay? Pretty much right at this thing, coming down here. Like it's literally right there in the weekly time frame. So here begs the question, okay? Here begs the question. We got bullish divergence at the lows here, okay? Bitcoin finds itself right at that weekly RSI resistance level. Here begs the question. Is this going to be the point? Because we're going to have to see this within the next couple days, in my opinion. We'll check out this on the daily chart, right? John, I got you, man. I got you. I always give credit. If I see someone post something, I give credit, okay? Okay. But here's the thing, man. Bitcoin's going to have to make a decision here on the weekly time frame. And we talked about a big move is coming on the weekly time frame. So it's going to have to make a decision. Does it want to play out the bullish divergence and break this and get a nice rally to the upside? Or is this going to be the point where Bitcoin gets rejected and starts coming back down? That begs the question. We go to the daily chart real quick, and we've been talking about Bitcoin doesn't have that much room to work with here. The all-time high resistance line coming down from all-time highs in the non-log scale chart, 1, 2, 3, and coming back down here. Bitcoin doesn't find itself having a lot of room. It's got to make a decision here, right? This is getting juicy within the next couple of days. So make sure you pay attention to the markets. I'm serious. This is coming down here like this, okay? All-time high resistance line. We know we got support coming across like this. There's not that much room to work with here, man. There's not that much room to work with. You got to make a decision here within the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you could argue the next 10 days, but it's got to make a decision. And the question is, which way do you think it will go? I told you guys my take. To me, I think we're going to go to the upside, all right? Now, do I think we're going to the moon? No. But at least a short-term rally to the upside. And the levels that I'm looking at here are the 0.618 Fibonacci at 21K, okay? So if this 3-day does play out, we break to the upside. Okay, awesome. It's that 21,000, right? It's really that first is that 618 Fibonacci at 21K to take this vector candle right here, okay? If this 3-day bullish divergence plays out, 21K would literally, look where this matches up. Look where this matches up. So this downtrend of resistance, 21K would match right here perfectly with that downtrend of resistance. It almost matches up perfectly, man. So 21K is that first level. If we can break out, I mean, it is obviously that stupid 22, back up here in this region to the 22.5 level, but we'll talk about that as the time comes, in my opinion. So yeah, 22.5 is that second level we're looking at. Obviously, if things don't play out the way we want it to, right? If we get some type of horrible news and we come back up, get rejected here, and we start to come back down, obviously, then we can start looking at some lower lows, right? Obviously, the lower levels, 17.5, the previous low, and then 16K is the level not a lot of people are talking about, but I do think 16K will act as a little bit of support looking left because there is a Little bit of a previous high at 16K. Not a lot of people talk about that. People think we're just going to dump to 14K if we go lower. But obviously 16K should act as some support as there's some previous weekly closes right there as well. But, man, right now it's just a boring time in the markets. But I don't think it's going to be boring going forward, man. I don't. What I know about these boring times where you just chop sideways is that is the leading indicator to a massive move coming one way or the other. I know we've been talking about that for a while, but the longer we go sideways, I think the bigger move it's going to be quite fair. And everything on the chart is prepped and prepared and tightening, right? Tightening for that move. It's just a matter of it playing out, right? And right now we got to have patience, man, because even myself, I look at the charts and I go, holy shit, bro, this is boring as hell. Like, when is something going to happen? But everything is getting ready for a move, man. Euro USD at the most important support. So if we want to see the DXY try to come down here, if we do, I know it's going up today, okay? But if we want to see it going down for, or at least sideways for the macro, we need to see Euro USD hold this level we've been talking about, right? On the weekly chart. Right? 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches, 4 touches, 5 touches. Why is this important? If Euro USD holds support, DXY should at least go sideways. If this breaks, oh man, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good, and the DXY is going to the moon. So we want to see the euro hold this level right here. Another correlation that a big move is coming. Either a massive capitulation, okay, or a nice rally to the upside, okay? We talked about the stock markets already, how we need them to hold the lows. Right now they are, but it's tight. It's tight. And, sometimes we like tight things. Bitcoin right now is actually trying to come back to the upside. Here we go, 19,532. Can we liquidate Java on the morning stream? Let's freaking get busy. Come on, let's liquidate Java on the morning stream, man. Come on.
Strap up. We're going
to
the moon.
Let me see what you guys are saying here. Where is the direction that there is more liquidation? To be honest, man, if I don't know something, I have no idea, to be honest with you, if I'm going to be honest. I haven't looked at that chart in a long time. Franco said, Jordan, please don't talk like that. Come on, man. Here we go. So 19,700 is the level we're looking at here. Show me where Jordan touched you on the charts. Well, we got salty people in the chat today? No, there's no salty people. There's better vibes today. I can sense the better vibes in the chat today. I love it, man. I love it. Let's see. Actually, Mike, Dion likes his loose. You like yours loose, bro? I like mine nice and tight. Nice and tight on the charts, All right, here we go. 19,651. Come on. We want to see Bitcoin come back up and at least retest this 19,651 level. If we can do that, all right, awesome. We kind of nullified this, which is really good about Bitcoin here in the short term, is we completely nullified this M formation, okay? Because you guys can see, we talked about if Bitcoin gets rejected here at the M formation lows, it was going to come back down. But what did we do? We got a nice vector candle up here. We got a nice bullish engulfing candle here on the hourly time frame, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits to the downside. Wicked right to the 618 retracement. Came right back up. Bullish engulfing on the hourly. Now let's see if we can get that continuation to the upside, man. That would be absolutely beautiful. Let's go check out the stock markets real quick. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's go to like the hourly time frame on the stock markets. Let's get busy here, man. Starting to come up a little bit. So NASDAQ open red, starting to come up just a little bit here. Just a little bit. S&P, still holding the lows. Want to come up just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. But yeah, we want to see this come up obviously also. So those are holding up a little bit to start the day. S&P futures, obviously a nice buy wick coming in there, right? We dumped right to the lows again. We got a nice wick right to the upside, man. Nice wick to the upside. It's interesting how we're sort of just kind of hovering right at the lows, okay? We're sort of just hovering right at the lows, which is really, really nice. Let me go to like the 8-hour time frame real quick. 8-hour time frame here. Let's drop it down. Let's drop it down. Let's drop it down a little bit. Yeah, I like how we're just hovering at the lows, man. I like it. I like it. They're trying to push it down, but it keeps getting bought up. At least for now. We'll see if it continues to get bought up. Here we go. 19,566. Creighton said they playing games. Of course they're playing games. They've been playing games for the last 10 days. You know what I mean? Just up and down, up and down, up and down. You got it right, Creighton. I mean, it's all a big game. It's all a big game, as we know. It's all a giant big game, I guess. You know how it works. But all right, what else we got? What else we got? So it's the monthly and the quarterly close, my man. Hovering in the poop colored box. Where's the poop colored box? No, not yet. Not yet. We're not in the poop colored box yet. Total market cap has to get back above the poop colored box. You know? It's not in the poop colored box yet. We need to right back above that. But right now, we're still below. We're still below. For total market cap, which I sometimes think is actually a better indication of what's going on than actually Bitcoin. But previous lows, previous supports, you're still below that poop colored box. So we need to get back above that poop colored box. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of you guys were talking about total 3, which is total 3 market cap yesterday. If we go back to total 3, which is in this beautiful wedge, man. The beautiful wedge coming back down to test the lows. Can we break out of this? Can we break out of this? What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think that we could break this falling wedge on total 3 to come back to the upside and complete this bigger macro W formation on total 3? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I know a lot of you guys are going to say no. No, there's no way, Jordan. There's no way we can go up right now. Do you see the macro conditions? I know that's coming. I already know that's coming. There's no way we can pump. The world is going to shit. Oh, man. I love it, man. I love it. 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 But can it do it? Can it do it? I mean, these break to the upside 68% of the time. We'll see if we can get that rise. You know, it's the big question. It's a big question right now. Samantha said no. Samantha, what happened to you, buddy? It seems like you lost all hope. John said, I'm convinced that we've hit bottom until it breaks lower. I would generally agree, man. I mean, what have I said? I do think the bottom is in unless we see some like massive black swan news event, right? That's my general take as well. You know, am I like 100% completely sure where I'm going to be betting eating a sock again? No, I'm not doing that. And basically, to me, it's like if basically if the inflation goes like 15%, okay, we're going down. If Russia starts doing some crazy shit, okay, we're going down. But all in all, unless we see some like crazy freaking shiznip, I do think for now, for as far as a local bottom, I think the local bottom is in my opinion. Now, what happens next year or some shit, I don't know. I can't predict that far out. But you know, for now, I think we're good. I think we're good for now. They were good. And to be quite fair, it's I'm not saying like we're going to 40K in 2 months, right? But as far as, you know, us hovering here, you know, getting little ups and downs and ups and downs and you know, wiggly woos and swiggly woos, I do think something like this is more likely than anything, rather than a big pump to the upside, you know? Drew, what's going on, man? What's going on? Elon wants to go to Mars first, not the moon. He wants to go to Mars first? It's pretty crazy, man. Come on, BT Sizzle. Let's get busy here.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Let's get more people to FOMO in. Come on, man. Let's get more people to FOMO. Come on. Lord. What's some other stuff doing? A lot of you guys, I want to start looking at some of these things. So Apple, you guys know Apple's been a big reason why the stock markets have been coming down. You know, for really since like August 17th, Apple's been getting crushed, right? Apple's down, you know, about 20% since August 17th. Apple's at an interesting point, you know, in the charts, I think. You know, really basically, it looks like this is trying to get front run at the moment. But this, you know, Apple's been getting crushed. This level here, it just has so much confluence looking left. And this actually, this is going to get front run, right? Look at the confluence, right? Previous high, previous high, previous high, previous high, previous low, right? Previous low. Also, if you take the Fibonacci from swing low to swing high, the 786 retracement comes in right at this level too. So if Apple can find some support right here and start to come back up, it's gonna help the stock market out a lot, man. Right? I know Apple's been getting crushed like a big freaking wiggly woo swiggly woo, but I do think this could be a point where Apple does get a nice reversal to the upside, at least in the short term, right? Nice little reversal back up, take some of these vector candles up here, and then maybe come back down, okay? And that kind of supports my theory of a little short-term bounce off the lows. You know what I'm saying? Where everyone wants to get super bearish at support. We always know how it is, man. We always know. We know how it works. Okay. Let's see. John, I got to talk about something, man. Come on, you know how this works. I mean, I can talk about everything. You guys want to talk about Tesla, Apple? Screw it, man. I mean, at this point, I mean, it is what it is. But no, Apple actually. I told you guys that, you know, as far as DCA goes, I am going to start DCAing into some stocks over the course of the next couple months, as well as I think the value is going to be there. Tesla, Apple, Amazon, a couple of the bigger ones, nothing crazy, but yeah, I think some of these are getting juicy, at least for a nice little short term rally to the upside. Tesla, he's gonna remove his laser eyes? No, come on, I would never remove the laser eyes, man. I would never do that. Come on, man. All right. So what else we got? Come on, Bitcoin. Jesus Christ, man. It's like, come on, man. Testing everyone's patience at this point. What's going on with ETH? Is ETH got any momentum here? Well, on the 4-hour time frame, ETH really hasn't done much. It seems it's just like Bitcoin, right? It's stuck in a range. Between these lows and these highs. I mean, the move for Ethereum, just as Bitcoin, is anytime it comes back down here to support, you long. You long here, okay? I mean, you long here, you long here, you long here, you long here. On this wick, you could have long this wick here too. Anytime you come to support, you just long. It seems to be the move. And it seems to be anytime that you get up into this red box here, that's when you take profit, right? It's been a very easily structured, just sideways move, okay? Wherever, anytime you come up to this level, right? I mean, you don't know when higher here, but you could have TP'd here, TP'd here. That seems to be just the move on ETH so far. I mean, you're stuck in a range until proven otherwise. You're at the top of the range right now, so take it for what you will. Let's go to like the 1-hour time frame real quick. Yeah, it keeps trying to come up here. But a lot of you guys were saying this yesterday. The more support gets hit, the more likely it is to break. So can I use that same thought process at resistance here? No. All right. Hit resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance. The more you hit resistance, is it not likely to break more? You know what I mean? So if you want to use that logic, you use that logic too. You know, and if we look up on the hourly, there's still this vector candle up here, man. There's still this vector candle up here, all the way up towards 1387 or so on the hourly time frame. So if they keep smacking this, smack, is it not more likely they're gonna try to bring it up here at some point? Not gonna say FOMO in. This is not the time to long. The time to long is down here. But you know, as far as a move up, we'll see, right? We'll see. It's sort of the same point as Bitcoin is. It's ETH just continuing to make higher lows like this. You see? One low, came up. Second low, came up. Third low, came up. Just making higher lows and getting resistance on the same point on the top side. What is that? Ascending triangle. Usually break to the upside. I'm not a big fan of ascending triangles, but you can use that for whatever you will. Right? Whatever you will. But I do think at some point there's a very good chance, in my opinion, that ETH at least comes back up and tests this region up here towards like the 1378 level, at least in the short term, and then we kind of go from there. But that's been the play, man. I mean, we're in a simple range for a lot of these for Bitcoin altcoins, and play the range until it doesn't work. Is basically my point. You know, at some point it's not going to work. That's why you use stop losses, but play the range until it doesn't work. No. Let's see. Beans and cornbread. I saw Rob in San Diego in '94. Rob Gronkowski. The zombie indicator. You guys talk about in the chat. Let's see. Wayne. Litecoin. Are you guys talking about Litecoin? I got you. I mean, Litecoin is technically cheaper than Bitcoin. I don't like that narrative. But you know how people think when they first get into crypto. They go, oh my God, the price of this is lower. I can get more of this. Let me buy this instead of this. All right? People go, oh my God, look at Bitcoin Cash. It's so much lower of a price than Bitcoin. Why don't I just buy Bitcoin Cash? I mean, it has cash in it. I want to get cash. You know? That's been the move. All right. What else can we look at here? XR Pizzle, my nizzle. Let's see what we got going on. Chep Jones became a member. What's going on, Chep? Thanks for becoming a member, man. I like Chep Jones. It's a good name, man. What's going on with XRP? So, is XRP going to the moon? Or is it coming back down to Earth? Right? Are we going to see?
We're going to 100K tomorrow.
Or are we going to say?
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
What's the move here? Well, let's zoom in just a little bit. Let's get a little zoom going in here. All right, so XR Pizzle, my nizzle. What do we got going on? Well, let's start with a little. Let's get rid of this. All right. Let's start with our lows. Let's take these lows to our highs. Okay. So we've retraced to that point, the little 0.5 Fibonacci. We love the 0.5 Fibonacci. Okay, but we don't love the 0.5 Fibonacci as much as the 618 Fibonacci. Okay, you guys know I'm a big fan of the 618 Fibonacci. Okay, the 0.5 Fibonacci is okay, but I like to retrace to that 0.618. Go back to the 1 hour real quick, and you guys can see this. You see this juicy thing right here, this juicy 1 hour vector. We did come in down and take some of it, but the way I'm looking at this is, I won't be surprised if this gets one more drop, okay? Back down to this 618 region here. Because if you look at, there's a lot of confluence coming in right around this region. Right around this region right here, which is slightly below the 618, but you guys get the point, right? Right around 45 cents. You got the 50 EMA coming in right here, okay? You got the 618 retracement, and you got this middle of this yellow vector candle, previous low, previous high, okay? So what I'd be looking for here in the short term is XRP basically, maybe doing its thing, coming down to that 50 EMA, but actually getting a wick down here, okay? Testing these levels, and then trying to come back up to the upside, okay? At least for the short term, because let me do one of these. We do one of these little fun guys here. Like this. It's only 2 touches on both sides. Don't get me wrong, but a longer term little, just a basic retracement pattern coming down to the lows, right? Maybe you get a little move up, come back down, retest, do a little W formation, then you try to come back up to the upside, and then you decide, okay, do I want to do a little classic M formation, or do I want to continue up? But I do think something like this plays out for XRP here in the short term, because we know most stops are going to be M formations. You might argue, okay, we already have the M formation, right? Hit, retrace, hit. Now it's going to come back down. You could already argue it's there. I would argue it's not yet. I do think it can come up a little bit higher to take some of these up here. Excuse me, man. But that's what I'm looking at short term for XRP. Obviously, that's assuming that Bitcoin going to do its thing today. Right now, the stocks are just chilling. So that's the name of the game, I guess. It's almost the first hour of the market open. So that's what we got. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Bitcoin Cash is daddy. Yeah, I know. Bitcoin Cash is daddy. It's the same thing as ETC. Facts. That's why ETC goes nuts. That's why I will be picking up some more ETC in the near future. Glad I joined just in time to talk about Litecoin and XRP. People love XRP, so I might as well just talk about it for a little bit, you know. Might as well. But all right, so that's sort of the deal we got going on here, guys. I mean, to be fair, right now it's a patience game, man. It's a patience game, and you know, sometimes I hop on here and I might say the same stuff, but I'm not gonna say different stuff if nothing's changed on the charts, right? So. I'm still looking at everything the same way, right? Nothing's changed in the last, really in the last week or so. And I'm still looking for an upside move before, you know, maybe coming back down to earth a little bit. So, stay patient. I think right now, I mean, like we said earlier, it's just, the markets are just trying to bore you out. The markets are just trying to get you to, you know, just lose interest or just say screw investing. I'm just going to get out of the markets, and that's always when they turn the other way, whether it's the upside or downside, right? So just make sure you're at least paying attention, right? At least you know, check what's going on every now and then, even if you're not watching streams. Just pay attention, because I do think that big move is coming on the bigger term time frames. It has to, right? I mean, you're coming up on massive downtrends of resistance. Massive, both on the charts, both on the RSI levels. You know, we're coming up on the point where Bitcoin usually bottoms in previous bear markets, right? If it was to have the same exact bottom as the 2019 or 2018 bear market, the bottom should be coming in a month. Okay, so we are coming up on, you know, to me, the critical point, and a lot of people were predicting that, you know, we would be bearish all of 2022, but 2023 could start to see some positive action. All of a sudden, 2023 is not that far away. All of a sudden, that's only 3 months away. So I think right now is, as we kind of go here for the next couple months, it's going to be the boring times. At least right now, you're going to have those boring times, but the big move is coming, man. The big move is coming. That's going to set us up for whatever the next, you know, outlook is. So let's see. Let's see, man. I'll catch you guys later. Patience. I know right now is boring. I try to do my best to bring you guys what I see, and I know right now is boring, and I'm not just gonna make up random bullshit just to make things interesting like other people. I'm not gonna make up BS. I'm just gonna tell you guys what I see in the chart, and that's really it. Gee, I'll save this stuff for later. Actually, one more thing before I go though. When you type in "should I sell" on Google, these are the things that pop up right now. Okay? And if I type in this, okay, look at the things that pop up. To me, these things that pop up, okay, I think I should be doing the opposite, no? You know what I'm saying? Should I sell? We got, should I sell stocks? Should I sell my house now? Should I sell my car? Should I sell my stocks now? Should I sell crypto? Should I sell Alibaba stock? Should I sell my house? Should I sell my car now? Okay? That's all I'm saying, man. When the general public, the people who don't even follow investing are typing in stuff like this on Google, to me, it's usually good to do the opposite. Okay? Now most people think we're in a recession. General plebs think we're in a recession, which usually means you're I mean, based off past history, it usually means you're almost about halfway through it. So take it for what you will, man. Let's have some fun, and let's have a little nice, man. Let's have a little nice time tonight. All right, see you guys. Peace. Have a good day. Don't do anything. Don't pay extra crypto. Most want to pay extra crypto, but don't be afraid to take profits in the bear market rallies until proven otherwise. Peace out, guys. See ya.